The evil out there is clever. One touch without a robot is all it takes.
I'm going to start with, you two did fantastic in this.
Thank you.
You really did. I have a bunch of questions for you, but I'm going to start with your co-star, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
You recently directed a few years ago for Bruised.
Yeah.
Is directing again in your future?
Oh, for sure. I won't star in and direct, but directing for sure.
Is it do you have something that you're thinking about?
I do. There's something I'm working on.
Do you want to give me any hints?
We're writing it. It's all the way different. It's 180 from Bruised. It's a love story at its core.
I will not pressure you anymore. My other individual question, if you don't mind. I love your work in John Wick 3.
Oh, thank you.
And what you did with the dogs. It might be a little too adult for you guys.
No, he's seen the fight scene anyway.
I saw the fighting.
He got to see my fight scene.
Well, there you go. So I loved you in that movie.
Thank you.
And I'm just curious if you and Chad have talked at all about Sophia making any sort of appearance in anything John Wick in the future. Right. Is that all I can get?
What that'll be? Well, it's just, I don't know if it will be. So, I'm not one to talk about things that may or may not happen. But that's a conversation that's been swirling around since we shot John Wick 3. So
I really would like it to happen.
Thank you.
I mean that
Me
sincerely.
too.
And also the dogs.
Thank
they were
you.
incredible.
They were.
So for the two of you, this is your first time being like leads in a movie. And you've worked on many other things. But I am curious, like what surprised you about like making a movie that maybe you didn't expect going in?
The length of it. I've done TV shows before and I've done shorts, and those were normally like few day shoots, but this was the whole 3 months. 3 months, yeah. So it was surprising having to be in this environment for so long.
Like Percy said, the length, because usually, like me, like I do the same, like usually the longest I've ever done something was 3 weeks, but this one, like y'all said, 3 months. 4 months. So I was surprised also. I was like...
One of the things, you guys both deliver very emotional performances and have to really emote on screen. And I'm curious for the two of you, what was it like trying to enter that emotional headspace and stay in it? You know what I mean? For an extended period of time.
Something that I do is I listen to music that like reminds me of my Nana and Papa who passed away a pretty long time ago. So like it helps me remember them, and it brings me into like an emotional state.
Yeah, I use substitutions of things that have happened recently, things that happened a long time ago, to get me into the emotional state that I need to be in at the time. Like if I need to be excited, I'll listen to music like AJ, or if I need to be sad, I will think of whatever I need to be in that space.
This is for all three of you. When you think on the shoot, which shot or sequence ended up being the most challenging for you guys to pull off? For whatever reason, maybe a camera move, dialogue, the emotion you needed to portray.
When I got pulled on the rope, when I was being tugged backwards, that was fun. It was like challenging because I had to be acting, but it was also kind of easy because of the help that I had from the stunt team. So it was pretty challenging and fun.
I could say, well, something like challenging.
Yeah, like when you were filming, was there like one shot or one scene that really like stood out for you in terms of like it was just difficult to do?
Like the scene wasn't difficult, but like it was getting difficult because like we were reaching my like time where I had to leave. So like, but we wanted to get that scene done that day. So like we were rushing. We were like, all right, we did it. Cut, do it again. Cut, do it again. So like we were rushing a lot. It was going very fast.
We had a lot of that because whenever you work with young performers, they can only get to be on the set for a certain amount of time. So to their credit, some things had to be rushed a lot because they had to go home. And so, but they always took it on the chin and they always rose to the level. And we never went without getting a great shot because they always pulled it out. Even if it was like, you got one more chance, 1 minute left, like they pulled it out. So they were consummate professionals that way. Yeah,
I think a lot of people don't realize with actors of a certain age, you can only work so many hours.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely have to ask you an individual question. What was it about this material that like said, oh, I need to do this?
I love this genre. I love psychological thrillers. I love that the elements of this family, that was interesting to me, a different kind of mother character for me. When I read the script, I didn't know if Mama was schizophrenic or if Mama was if the evil was real. And as you go through the movie, that was what I struggled with the whole time I read it. What's real, what's not real? I realized it was about generational trauma. I love the religious and spiritual aspects of the movie. So many things drew me in and made me want to sort of get in the skin and bring this to life.
One of the other things is there's going to be a lot of kids that watch this, or young adults, I'm not sure the age, and it's going to be their first scary movie, their first psychological thriller. And I guess, what does it mean for you to be possibly scaring other kids? And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, me personally, I would say, like, especially my friends, I want to scare them. I want them to see. I just want them to, like, see my movie. So, like, when I tell them about it, I'm like, oh, just watch out. You might want, like, your family there with you. You might want some help. So,
Yeah,
They're going to want some help.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends who are into horror and scary stuff, and I just can't wait for them to see, like, the greatness that we've all created, because I want them to be happy. I want them to be like, my cousin, my friend, they're in a horror movie. So I'm excited for them to see what
Well,
it's like.
and it's such a genre for horror movies. Like, people love horror, so it's nice to hopefully give them something a little different in the space. That's what we hope.
For all three of you, I love learning about, like, the behind the scenes of the making of a movie, making of a show. So what do you think, if anything, might surprise soon-to-be fans to learn about the making of this film?
there's a scene I want to talk about, but at the same time, I would release too much information, and I don't want to. I guess I could say there's the scene where, like, I couldn't really run, and, like, I was hopping, and they were dragging me technically, and I fell, face planted, and I don't think they knew, and they kept dragging me, and I couldn't get up. So at the end of the scene, I told them, and we all started laughing. So.
I know the scene you're talking about, and it's amusing. Sorry.
We did. Another thing, we did some of our own stunts, me and AJ and Halle. We did some of our own stunts, but we did have great stunt doubles and stunt coordinators.
Yeah. But
we did do some of them. Yeah, that was fun.
I loved when Anthony ate the frog. Like, I believed it. So much so I was thinking later, I'm like, did he eat a frog? That's how much I believed it.
Listen, I got to stop there, and I'm just going to say I really mean it. You two all three of you did a fantastic job. I really hope it's a huge hit for you guys.